Creative block is a pain to deal with. I've read a bunch of stuff online and seen some stuff from different people, and they all tell you different things, and everyone has a different point of view about this subject. This is how you can fix it. Here, I'm going to tell you 5 things that have worked for me. They might not work for you and might actually work for somebody else. It all depends on where you're at mentally and a bunch of different things. So just take it as you consider. Like if the things I mentioned are not for you, well, yeah. There's nothing else I can say. Anyway, so with all that out of the way, here are some things that have actually worked for me and I've used in the past when I'm in a creative rut. Number one, stepping away. Sometimes just leaving whatever you're doing at that moment and going to fetch a coffee or something to drink might help you break that mental state that you find yourself at and help you reconnect with it differently when you get back into it. That has helped me every now and then. I don't know, it doesn't work always, but it is worth the try. Number two, going for a walk. I wouldn't want to say that this works, but it does actually work, and I've used it many, many times. If the creative rut that you're in or the creative block that you're in still persists, you can just step away from whatever you're doing, go for a walk. It doesn't work if it's a really short walk. You have to actually go for a walk. I don't know, 7 blocks or something like that might work. Is worth considering because your body starts to create all this endorphins and different hormones. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor, but you can do your own research about this. But your brain starts to generate all these hormones that help you boost the way you feel and might help you see whatever you were doing in a different light or in a different way. Number three, this might be a little bit repetitive or you might find it repetitive, but doing exercise. If going for a walk isn't for you, you can do some exercise at home. If you do 10 squats, it might be enough. It can be enough to do 10 squats or do some push-ups, whatever works for you. But standing from your chair and doing some physical activity helps your brain break that state of mind. Number four, getting a cold shower, or if that's too extreme for you, doing a regular shower. This is the most controversial thing that I have here. Might be the most extreme of them all, but it does actually really work. I thought when I started trying it out that it was BS. There's no way this is gonna work. But after trying it and actually using it consistently, it does work every time. If whatever you're doing is not working out and you try a bunch of stuff and you're still with kind of this block or whatever you want to call it, creative rot, getting a cold shower, even if it is 30 seconds, it's gonna help you. If it's too extreme for you, you can do like cold water on your face. That also works. If cold showers sounds to you like torture, then just do a regular shower. That also might help you because it helps relax and change kind of the way you're reacting to or are approaching whatever you were doing before. So those are a few things that might help you. Also keep in mind, I'm not a doctor, so if you have any sort of condition or something that might be affected by getting a cold shower, just use discretion about this. Check in with your doctor or whoever you trust in this sort of thing, and yeah, just use discretion. I don't want anybody getting any issues because they tried some random dude take on dealing with a creative block. Number five, sleep on it. This might be the most regular of all the things I've mentioned, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people do this. If you can't or you don't feel like trying any of the other things I mentioned, just stepping away. And or also there's the chance that you might be in your work environment and you cannot do all of those things or any of those things for whatever reason. So yeah, sometimes you just have to go home and get back to it the next day. Yeah, just sleeping on it, trying to disconnect mentally from whatever you were doing and trying to reconnect with it the next day might actually help you out as well. This, as I said again, this might be one of the most common ones that I mentioned, but it can be effective. Depends on the person. I wanted to talk about this because creative work has this thing that some people feel that they can only work when you're inspired or that sort of thing. And I found that oftentimes you need to show up regardless of how you feel or what you're going through. You do need to show up and put in the reps because it does improve your creativity over time. It's like a muscle that you're trying to develop. If you don't pay attention to it and just leave it and do not take it into account, it starts to shrink. Yeah, you start to lose that ability over time, or at least you get rusty. So I think you need to show up. And if you're having a creative block, you can try some of the things I mentioned. Anyways, this is my take on it. Everybody has a different take on this sort of thing, and it depends on each and every one of us. If you watch the video up to this point, thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time. At the end of the day, you gotta figure out what works for you and your creative process. I hope the few things I mentioned help you out. If you haven't, consider subscribing, hitting that bell, hitting that like, hitting all those buttons. They are completely free for you and they help me a bunch. I have an illustrated deck of cards that you can find on my website. I have a Redbubble shop that you can also find on my website or yeah, in some of my profiles. Anyways, you can find my deck of cards here, my Redbubble shop here. YouTube is probably showing you a video that you might enjoy right now. So anyways, until next time, bye.